So far this season, one of the things Coach Bray has mentioned that he's been pretty pleased with is the run defense. What do you see that's been going right with the unit and run defense so far?
They're playing the way that Coach Bray wants. There's a lot of physicality up front, and also just having, I think we've talked about this really in the past, is having those guys come back that have been in the system now, that are a little bit bigger, a little bit stronger, and that's, obviously helps out.
He also mentioned that it takes some time getting used to playing in his system where the defensive front is expected to attack instead of sitting back. What do you see about that? Do you see players growing more comfortable with that expectation for how they're going to approach the game?
Yeah. It's always work in progress. Every game. After we're done, you obviously the record doesn't reflect what we want, and we're battling, and the mood is always a little down after games. But then you put on the film and you're watching, it's like, okay, there are some good things, but obviously there's always things to clean up, always things that. I think that they're playing with effort up front. I think the boys are playing hard with effort, and at least there's no violation of just our core belief of just who we are and how we play when it comes to that. But there's always things to improve.
Defensive line was able to get after the quarterback a little more often against Texas Tech last week. What did you see there, and do you think that's still an area of growth for your unit going forward in Oregon this weekend?
Yeah, always a place to improve on. I think like, again, going back to just kind of their effort. We've got to earn the right to be in the situations where teams are passing, and when we get them, we've got to turn it up. And I think the boys are responding that way. We've got to react now to screens. We're starting to see those just with the way that we're rushing and just the different looks that we give. But there's always things to improve. But we at least up front, pleased with the effort, pleased with just the want to and the attitude, and we're not necessarily getting the result that we want on the field as a team, but there are some positive things up front. We just got to keep chipping away at it.
And for your unit, how difficult is it to prepare for a team that has so many running backs touching the ball, so many different types of running backs, style-wise touching the ball? What type of difficulty does that add to your game plan?
Oh yeah, the backs are phenomenal players. And then you put an O-line as big and strong as they are. It just makes it a lot difficult. They do a good job mounting people up, and they're rushing for a lot of yards, and they've got multiple backs, and so definitely a challenge ahead of us. But excited about the challenge for the boys. I think that they're hungry to get out there and show what they can do.
This rivalry series, have you been on Oregon State staff for a couple of years? What does this game come to mean to you?
All rivalries are unique in their own way, and this will be the third time for me. My first time was 2015, where Ryan Nall went off for I think 300 plus yards or something like that, and we ended up losing a high scoring game. But I was a defensive coach. It's just there was a lot to celebrate offensively that day, but defensively we couldn't stop anything, and so it felt tough. But and I think it's always fun to get into these rivalries. I think it definitely means something to the state, means something to the kids and players, and with where we're at, just with our programs, just kind of the different directions that we've gone. It means a lot to us to come out and to prove that we belong.
Absolutely, and no question that Oregon has one of the most potent offenses right now in college football, averaging a little over 500 yards a game. Right? Can you talk to me about how important it is for your unit to get after Dante, put that pressure on him, make him uncomfortable? Can you talk to me a little bit about that?
It's important, but we've got to earn the right. If they're running the ball, they're just going to keep running the ball, and I think that when you're a team that's playing from behind, with the film that we've watched. The Montana States and Northwestern as well as Oklahoma State. When you're playing from behind and you're playing a team that's this potent, everything's open in the playbook. You're trying to stop the run. You've got play action passes. You got max pro shots. There's just a lot of different things that you have to deal with. And so, for us, we've got to stop the run first, and we've got to try to at least close that thing off and put them into situations where they do have to pass in order for us to get after it. And if we can do that, then we'll have a shot on defense to get after it. If not, then it'll be tough because they're just, they do a good job with run play actions and just RPOs and just those types of things are just to a D lineman up front, it feels like run initially. That's what we're playing the run. Then all of a sudden it's a pass, and you've already kind of where you're at with your momentum. Now you're trying to convert that into a pass rush or just kind of keep going. It's a little bit more difficult than if you know it's a pass down and we can kind of get into our track stance and tee off. We need to create more of those.
Absolutely. Then also Oregon, they've scored on a lot of like chunk plays, big pop plays. How can you guys kind of help the secondary kind of mitigate those big pop plays?
Yes, speed things up. You know exactly what you're talking about, which is when we get an opportunity to rush, we got to rush and we got to make them feel uncomfortable and just get them throwing awkward throws. I mean, he's a phenomenal player, and they are where they are. They're a really good team, ranked where they are because they've got good players and good team. But that's the challenge. You know what I mean? When you're talking about just reference into fighters, right? I think back to just fighters. Saying, well, his reach was just 2 inches longer than mine. I mean, and I think I was going into it, I'm just going to lose. You know what I mean? It's when you have a fighter's mentality. It's the name of the game is win the fight. Whatever you know what I mean. What your reach is doesn't matter. I know that you've got a strong right. You know what I mean. I know that you do have a good jab. There's so many. Now we're fighting a fighter that's got good tools and range. But the name of the game is still win the fight, right? And so when people are talking about, and I keep referring back to just fighting, you talk about Mike Tyson versus anybody when he was kind of fighting. It's like, oh yeah, I mean, Mike Tyson's going to win. And Lennox Lewis comes out and is just beating him, right? Now, Mike Tyson was kind of on his way down, but then it's the same thing with Anthony Joshua, right? When he fought Ruiz, then it's like, hey, this guy's got no shot. His body looks like mine. You know what I mean? He comes out there, you land one, you get a shot, and you shock the world. I mean, we don't have the mentality of anything but we're trying to win the fight. It's going to be a dog fight. We're going to bring it. We like to bring it. We want their best. You know what I mean? And they should want the best from us. But I think as a fan, sometimes fans sit and have a lot more comparison as far as just what his reach is, what his record is, what his this is. When the cage closes and the ref says, are you ready, let's get it on. You know what I mean? And let's see what happens. And that's why you play the game.